You did it, buddy! Okay.
When the sun shines on them, you can see it's almost like rainbow colors. They're really intelligent. He was found as a little baby turkey chick in the middle of a highway. A woman was driving. She picked him up and took him home with her, and she raised him in her house. He lived in her living room, and he sat on the couch and watched TV with her. They make actually really good companion animals. They like people, and they're very curious animals, and will actually go out into the crowds and they just sit down because they love to be petted. And we had this really delightful turkey named Alice. She has since passed away, but so excited when the school buses would come. She would go running from the turkey barn down here all the way up the hill, follow the kids around on the tour, and then when it was time for them to go on the bus, she would line up with them and she would literally climb into the school buses with the kids. They're no different than a dog or a cat. They make friends with certain ones and not others, and they prefer to be with them, and they'll sleep cuddled up next to them.
Today, thanks to an investigation by Animal Equality, we can see the suffering that turkeys endure daily. The females used as breeders are artificially inseminated by workers who restrain them during the process. Their eggs are collected and taken to an incubator where they develop for 28 days. After hatching, they are classified by sex. Females to one side, males on the other. Those who do not meet the standards required by the industry are discarded along with the eggshells. They will die in these containers, crushed soon after seeing the world for the first time. The rest, with only a few hours of life, are hung from these circular machines, and infrared light burns off the beak. This mutilation is intended to prevent them from injuring each other. It is a behavior that they develop by living in overcrowded barns without access to the outside or any way to express their natural behavior. These small turkeys have been genetically selected to grow as much as they can in the shortest time possible. Their legs cannot support the weight of their bodies, which causes painful injuries, and the tremendous strain on their hearts causes almost 1 million a year to die from heart attacks. Their eyes and lungs are burned by the concentrated ammonia that emanates from the accumulated excrement in the barns, causing infections. This slaughterhouse kills more than 250,000 turkeys every week. In the United States, 45 million turkeys are killed for Thanksgiving. 245 million in 1 year. Factory farming is animal cruelty on a massive scale, and it must end.
90% of the turkey people eat come out of places like this. Birds have no option but to lie on the wet feces. They're just going to get infections, and there's a lot of talk about pandemics. Places like this, breeding grounds for disease. It's really anemic in here, aren't they? They have no colour. This is what a red tractor factory farm looks like. Don't trust the labels, don't trust the propaganda that they pump out to you. This is the reality of it. They're probably terrified of people, eh? Well, I don't blame them, obviously. Because farmers are constantly picking them up and bolt gunning them in the head and throwing them in a dead pile. When I took Tinsel, the turkey, and spent some time with her, I realised how much of an individual she was. And in this shed here, all I see is different individuals, you know, they all have their own personality and they just can't express their natural behaviour in here. Like, it's just like a hellhole. Like, they must be going insane in here, and that's all they've ever known. It's like a sea of eyes. Each one of these birds will go and get their throats slashed open so a human being can dine on their bodies. This is what their life is reduced to. You know, you might be looking at this place and you might go, oh, this place is terrible, why do they do this to these animals? Well, it's the consumer that are paying for places like this to exist. The farmers are only meeting a demand, and you make that demand, and you can also boycott that demand, and you can put the demand into vegan options. I don't know if someone's out there watching who's eating animals, who's eating turkey this Christmas. These places only exist because of you, the person sitting at home watching this. Are you paying for them to be in these places? Are you dining on their body parts every single day? When you go into the supermarket, you vote with your dollar. You can either get the plant-based options, or you can choose to pay for this cruelty and this suffering. Please just make the right choice. Don't be the one to make these birds suffer. Don't be the one to help perpetuate this industry. It's the holiday season, the spirit of giving and compassion. Before you sit down and dine on the bodies of these birds, they lived a life of suffering. Just unjustifiable to do this to them for, you know, a 30-minute meal. This is everything that is opposed to the spirit of Christmas. If you think Christmas is about love and compassion and giving and kindness, does this really embody the spirit of Christmas? And when you can easily choose something that doesn't involve this suffering, that doesn't involve the exploitation and the killing of these amazing creatures. If I can just plead with you right now, you can just see the suffering in these animals' eyes. Their existence is so horrible. I just can't think of a more horrible injustice. It's just not fair. And this is just one shed in one area in one country in the world. This is happening all over the world to all types of birds, all types of animals. Humans have no respect for life. I'm just trying to reach out to you, the consumer, to boycott these products. Don't pay for this. If you're against this, if this speaks to your heart and you say, this isn't me, I'm against cruelty to animals, I don't want to be that person, then you can choose to be vegan right now. Now, the animals don't care if you say you're against animal cruelty, they care about what you do, and you can help put an end to this. You can be one of those people who stand up and say enough is enough. Be on the right side of history and choose vegan. I'm just going to get down here a little bit lower. There's just no way to treat anyone. There's no way to treat any animal. They must be going insane.